All right, good morning. Welcome to our team meeting, August 19th. Back to school time as well. We're going to wait for a little bit of our participation to jump up a little bit. And yeah, we got a packed meeting for you today. We're going to go over some updates, what we're seeing in the real estate market in our area, and some screens and things that I think you can use to show your clients. We're going to talk a little bit about our market center success. In July, had some record numbers. We want to share that with you as well. Have some awards to recognize people that are doing really well and doing well in the market. And then we're also, we'll close again with some of our business partners, our vendors jumping on at the same time. But just waiting just a couple more minutes to kind of see how we increase a little bit, and then we're going to jump into this a little bit. But here's what I'd like to do to get started. Just want to go around the horn and kind of tell us, give us some thoughts. Can be anything, nothing holding you back on this, but give us a little bit of perspective, what you're seeing, the future. Shoot, maybe it's your kid at home or something and they got to do virtual learning, or you drop them on with a mask, any of those. So why don't we get started? And Nikki, start with you. We're just going to go, give us your thoughts. What are you seeing right now?
I mean, everything is great, right? Great day. Thank you. And actually, I've been noticing my group of people that the low interest rates really brought like more buying power aligned with renting. So all the renters are switching into buying, right? And especially millennials. And I don't want anybody to forget that millennials are the ones that are tech empowered, and all the virtual things that we have been doing, Matterport, virtual tours, 3D, whatever it might be, it's really bring their sales up. Some people, believe it or not, are buying just out of it. And those are more millennials. They're living their apartment living because they can do the same job outside in the suburbs. Yeah. That really helped. And I've been telling all the agents in the PC, reach out to those renters. Mm-hmm. That are rentals that are about to expire. That might be good first-time buyers, and bring your value to the table and explain them and guide them. Yep. So I think that would be a great market to lean on now.
Okay, Krista.
So I know we really experienced this in the office last month, but our deals have seen a huge leap, a huge uptick. And I think part of it might have been a little bit of suppressed production from maybe the March time period that was pushed. And then we normally see an uptick in the summer. But what we saw last month was not our office alone. Like, it was seen over the entire nation as an uptick in sales. We still outpaced our area in a few metrics, but we really felt it in the office. And we had a couple people who closed a large number of deals in the month of July.
Okay, Keith?
I guess I first want to congratulate the agents again for outstanding July, pushing through. And the key thing that stands out to me is they shifted. They shifted with the market of the moment. A lot of buyers were present in the marketplace, and I'm sure some listing agents had to kind of do things a little bit differently due to it's tougher getting listings right now. So people are uncertain, but agents shifted and dealt with the market of the moment, adopted buyers, and ran out there and still made deals happen. So kudos on that. I'm hearing in the marketplace there's a little bit of buyer fatigue out there. Both agents are a little frustrated. Buyers are frustrated because affordably priced homes, 300 or below, flying off the shelves. So I want to encourage agents to have those buyer consultations, have your buyers prepared, pre-approvals in hand, and then understand you might only have one shot. So come out the gate with your best foot forward to give yourself the best chance of landing the property. And on the flip side of that, we all have to do our best to get the listing inventory up. If you want to alleviate your buyer fatigue, the more listings you have, the less fatigue you have. So a listing is like gold right now. Go after it, try and find it. I want to encourage everybody to really push for listings.
Got it. Great. What you got?
Yeah, I was to add on to what Nikki just said in terms of like taking advantage of digital and virtual tours, social media. Make sure you use your KW website. Millennials represent most first-time home buyers, and like millennials not little kids, so millennials are as high as 40 years old, so they're ready to buy a home. So just make sure you take advantage of technology in your marketing.
Greg, are you a millennial?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's jump into a few reports. Excuse me a little bit as I clean up my screen and get this moving a little bit. All right, hopefully you can see this. Okay, here's a little bit. I just want to do a little bit of snapshots. I love this graph, and this is just looking at Fort Bend County over the last 6 months and activities, right? And it's a good tool to look at. Obviously, the blue is under contract, and the green is sold, and you can see how it just works through this through July. You can see March and all the way into April where we were hitting. So we did have a built up demand that hit, but we're still seeing in August, we're seeing more under contracts than any other month, right? Our solds are going to show back up in August again, and I still see this moving forward into September. So to say that we went back to school and the market has cooled off, not seeing that currently. And you can see that with the number of things are moving. So that's all of Fort Bend. And I'm gonna keep moving through these a little bit as we jump through it. But that's just a great tool to look at as we look at our market. The market is still hot. Getting to our sellers today and telling them, if you thinking of selling in the next 3 to 6 months, I would urge them, could we get this property on the market in the next 30 days? We don't know what's going to happen 3 months, 6 months from now. Is I do know that if you get this on the market, we price it right, get in the right conditions, we're going to be able to sell it at top value. Well, what happens if I know in the spring? Well, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can only tell you what the data that I have today. All right, so let's go through each one of our market areas too. So the next one I'm going to share with you is going to be, hold on, this is going to be for Sugar Land. So here's the city of Sugar Land. Here's our market, what we're seeing, still another increase. Look at the number of solds that just jumped through the charts and how fast it went. And I can even break that down a little bit to give you a little bit a percentage of properties that are under contract. 8-10, we're seeing just as much as we're seeing in July. Property sold, under contract, we're still seeing a percentage. Now you can go over here and look and you go, hey, look, I see 55 compared to 64, but look at the percentage. The percentage of properties that are getting sold are still there. Lack of inventory, lack of inventory, lack of inventory. I'll keep saying that. Keith, did you say we need more listings?
We definitely need more listings.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an opportunity for the seller, especially as we really keep to work on this. That was kind of Sugar Land. Let me show you this chart. And I've never seen this. I've been sharing these reports. Give me just a second and I'll share this with you. I've been sharing this report with the office since 7-8 years ago as a team leader, and have never seen this. This is months supply of inventory, meaning that if we had no new houses that came on the market, it would take less. It's just a little bit. It's about 1.8, okay, 1.9 worth of inventory. So if new homes come on the market, of all of Fort Bend, they would be sold out. That is extremely low inventory. Have not seen that before. I'll put these slides and these graphics on the KW SW25, and yet I would use this as a tool today to tell sellers, look, we are lacking inventory. Now, the opposite of it is, if you have a property that's not selling, the market has spoken. Either you don't have that priced right, or the condition, the market has spoken. So we need to either change something quickly or drop the price, or if it's not selling in this market, you're still out. Remember, in the shift book, you can still be out of the market even in an extremely seller's market. All right, thoughts when you guys see those?
Chad, I'm reminded of what happened back in, I think it was 2017, when we had kind of the same, not the same, but a similar feel through the summer when properties were just flying off the market. Like the moment they hit the market, it was almost under contract before you could get a showing in. And I know we definitely did not have the same market conditions at that point. I know inventory was still low. I think at that point it turned around fairly quickly after the summer, although I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what happened in 2017 because of everything else that's still going on with the pandemic, with the mortgage rates, and as schools starting for some, I think there's a little bit of instability with people not sure of schools getting started and what they're doing with that. So that may mean that what you typically see is the rush ending when school starts might continue through September.
Well, here's one thing I know for certain. What we're doing right here, this is not going to change anytime soon, right? Where people ask, we're not rushing to jump back in the training center. Even though I love it, I'd rather do physical and get in there and talk. Gives me energy. This time can be exhausting. We're not going away with this anytime soon. And there's businesses and people working virtually. That's not changing anytime soon. So if people say is, look, we don't need you in the office and you can work virtually, and people that are living in the city and they were there, this is what Nikki was touching on, and they can, I don't have to worry about a commute. Yeah, you don't have to worry about a commute. That's if you look at rural properties. I think Inman across the country brought this up. They're big time rural properties because people go, I can get out of the city. I can move to, I don't know, wherever you want to move to, right? South Tech. I can do my job as long as I got good internet. I can have phone. I can get where I need to go. You're going to see that as an increase. That's going to be a trend that we're going to see moving forward. Just like second homes has been a big trend.
Keep in mind that maybe couples are working at home together. And in the city, they have, of course, smaller places. But there is no way they can, be on the phone or be on meetings, on Zoom meetings, both in the same room at the same time. They might need space. And what's best than the suburbs, right? Where you can get, if you have a kid, it's a great school and more space. And you can do your job from anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, even if they had to go in the office once or twice a week, it's more manageable now than ever before. Yeah.
When I see that graph, I think about, how can I use it? How can I attract some sellers?
Yeah.
And what I would do is, let's say I have some buyers. Every agent probably has some buyers in their hip pocket right now, looking to buy somewhere.
Yeah.
Use that graph and say, hey, look, do a command blast to your database in that neighborhood. Hey, I have XYZ buyers looking to buy. Look at this graph. The inventory's tight. If you're thinking of selling, give me a call. I'd love to sit down and meet with you. So I just see an instant marketing piece through command, smart plan campaign to at least push for those listings to get that listing inventory up. And that'll definitely give you some peace of mind going into the third and fourth quarter to jumpstart your business. And we need to start thinking like that. We're sitting at the end of August, September. We need that push. And the better, more inventory we have as far as listing goes, you jumpstart your year in a much better way.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, when you have that buyer that says, hey, can I get a deal? Or why don't we start here? That's why you got to get that in front of them and go and look. I know I'm educating you here. I'm a consultant. I know you might not want to hear this, but this is the truth. We got to come strong from the start or we're going to miss out on a property. And here's why. Look at our inventory. It's at an all-time low.
And it doesn't seem to matter what price range. I mean, I know an agent just was dealing in the 575 price range. They tried to come in the 540s. Seller never responded.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
No. Well, we're seeing that on the million plus properties as well. We had that discussion on our ALC that those properties are moving quickly too. So interesting times, to say the least. I've been and I see this pattern across the country, and people are asking to explain it. And I say, yeah, we had a built up demand because we didn't have March and April. We see that in the graph, right? It built up. We have interest rates that are historic lows. I just saw somebody the other day post that 15-year at 2.25. That was better than I just got a little bit ago. That language is just really weird to hear that number. And then some of it is, man, I just can't explain it. Now, a crystal ball, what are tips to do into the future? I'm telling you, the biggest tip right now is we know what the market is today. So if we're interested in selling, I don't know what it's going to look like in the spring. I don't have a crystal ball. I do know the reports and the information I'm receiving today. That's why the sense of urgency to get there. Do I see interest rates going up? I don't know. I don't have control over it. I don't see a drastic change in anything with interest rates. We can ask Dale as he jumps on the call as well. But I do know what it is today, and I'm giving you guys a sense of urgency. And I know some of our top producers are a little exhausted at the moment. They were going strong, maybe didn't take any vacations, and then all of a sudden you look up and school's there. But we're still got a market of the moment right now to really jump in and keep going strong. If you were one of the people that kind of threw your hands up and went, I'm going to wait till this is all over. One is it's not in any time thing. And then we have this other thing that's coming in November. It's called an election. And that's going to be a wild ride. At the same time, is that going to impact our real estate? It typically has a little bit of an impact on it, right? People are a little hesitant to wait and see what it is. So I'm going to encourage you. The market of the moment is reaching out to you. Here's my final piece that I'll share with you. And I really want you guys to get this. We still see that care calls are so important. Reaching out to people and checking in, seeing how they're doing and what they're doing is still the most effective way to grow and get business today. So as you all know, and I appreciate you guys, I did lose my father last week. And what I would tell you is, people that checked in and they gave me words and they were just asking how I was doing it, those words matter more than ever. And I never thought they would, right? And Facebook or whatever it is, so I'm telling you, check in with people, encourage them. It's needed more than ever before. And that's how you're really going to take capture the moment. And people they're emotionally drained. They're tired, and yet it's not going away. I think it's needed more than ever. And I know we've been preaching that a lot. I'm telling you, keep doing it. All right. Krista, let me make you a co-host here. I forgot to do that. If I can. And I will, and you have a couple of things you wanted to share with us as well. And while you're getting ready to share it, we had a couple of questions that came in. One is Mo asked, can I add this received report? No, the answer to that question is all these reports I'm going to put on kwsw25.com. So by the end of the day, that'll be as where. And then the other question is a transplant from New Jersey, New York. I'm encouraging my East Coast sphere to pack up and come down and enjoy the sun and space and they're receiving. Here's an interesting thing you read in New York City. I can't remember what paper I'm reading into it, is the governor is pleading with the wealthy to move back into the city, meaning they went to their second home, Cape Cod or wherever they go that's really nice, and they're not in a rush to get back. Well, if you're wealthy, you're not in your city, that's going to have a big impact on your economy. And yeah, part of that is let's keep getting people to move here. Texas is open for business. If you need more space, shoot, we'll move you out to Needville, Wharton, El Campo, and get a little property with some acres on it, have some cows or something. We'll make sure the internet works. And we laugh at that a little bit, but there's a big reality to that that's coming in our nation. Okay, Krista, take it away.
Perfect. All right here. Okay, so I'm going to share, we have some stats I wanted to share first, and then we'll get into awards. Greg did an awesome job putting these numbers together in this graphic. You can see this, right, Chad?
I can see it, yep.
Perfect. So we had a record-setting month in July. You know, we talked about just the amazing numbers that we saw. And so I just wanted to highlight these. Keith highlighted them briefly last week. Our closed volume, $87 million in closed volume in 1 month. That's 356 million year to date. These are some huge numbers. So in your listing presentation, as you're convincing your seller to list with you, throw that number out there. Yeah, by the way, my office closed 87 million last month. That's why you should list with us. Closed units, 283, 3,600, almost 3,700 year to date. Listing volume, 40 million, 1 month. 150 million year to date. Listings sold, 136, year to date 513. Closed GCI, which we get really excited about because this is the agent's money, 2.4 million. And these are all-time records for 1 month. So this is the highest that we've ever seen in 1 month. And it does get us really excited because we know our agents are making money. That's $10 million year to date. Profit share, $49,000, right? This is the money that our owners are sharing back to the agents that helped grow our office. And with that profit share, if you're not currently taking advantage of it, there's a super easy way to get connected and get into the profit sharing program. Keith is doing profit share classes. He did one last week. But really, you don't even need to come to a class. All it takes is to talk as you're doing business and you get to know other people, you're in relationship with them. If it's someone that could benefit from the training and resources that we have, just connect them. Just ask, say, would you take a call from one of my leadership? I would love for you to meet them. That's all it takes. And then you send their number to Keith, Barbara, Chad, or Nikki. They'll reach out, and if they're a fit, great. And then you're the one that connected them, and then you can have a piece of that profit share. Chad, is there anything you want to say about these numbers?
No, just incredible numbers. We see August shaping up, not quite as high as we might have seen in July, but the numbers are still there as well. You know, our profit share year to date, that number is only going to grow just because we did take care of some expenses in March because we didn't know what the market was going to be like. We didn't see this showing up, but activities matter, right? Some of this work was done in people that were in bold and doing the right activities back in March and April. They'll show up. So what you do today is going to show up 60 to 90 days.
Yeah, and I did want to throw out
great
there too, the Houston area KW offices, they were also seeing an uptick of business. And they actually broke the all-time record of closed volume of $1 billion with a B. I mean, so, you know, Keller Williams is a very strong brand, and our agents, and like you said, it could be because of bold, it could be because, you know, of, we've been talking about this since March, is you need to be reaching out to your people. If your broker told you to sit on the sidelines and wait, that was the wrong advice.
Well, and another thing to do it, our biggest competitor in the Houston area for market share is RE/MAX, right? There's no secret to do it. And I need just to tell you, their trend is slightly going down. It wasn't going up even in this, and ours is going up as well. That is a trend that we see as well. So if you say is, well, every broker is having these type of, no, not necessarily. They saw an uptick, yet there's something about education and training. There's a benefit to doing bold pivot because people got in and done the activities. And I can tell people who have told me stories. Sharon Parker's one of them. She was in it in March and she goes, I needed it again. It's encouraged me. It gets me back doing the right activities. And we're going to have another one in October. So training and getting on to these team meetings, it matters. You've got more resources at your disposal than ever before. Take advantage of it and go visit with people and use any platform you can. Pick up the phone, text people, use social media, whatever it takes. We're going to make sure that we get tools in your hand. Our top people we're going to recognize. We're going to give you something to share as well.
That's right. And this graphic also, Greg is going to post so that you can download it and you can use this one as well. Everything you see here you can use. I also wanted to go over how did we compare to the market, right? You've seen these slides. I do these every single month, and I'll be posting these out on my KW Connect page today. But more listing contracts written. We saw an increase of 49.7% from this July compared to last July of the contracts written on our listings. The market only saw an increase of 38.9. We outpaced the market by 10.8%.
Yeah.
Listings sold, we saw an increase of 38% compared to last July. Market, and this is Fort Bend market, only saw a 25.5% increase. And
I mean, both of those are great numbers, but ours is greater, right? That's the message.
That's
When
right.
you're close to 10% or greater, that's significant.
Yes, yeah. Especially for a large company. To have an increase of 10% or greater for a large company, that's a huge feat.
Yeah.
Our total closings, that's our sellers and our buyers, increased 20.7%. And this is from July compared to June. And local market in Fort Bend increased only 11.9%. So here's the local expert one-page flyer that you'll be able to download and use. You can put your picture on it. edit it as you like, get your contact info. If your numbers are better than the office, you can put those in instead.
That means you'd have to track your numbers to know if your numbers are better.
Or actually, we track them for the agents. They're the KW reports, and they can just go into the report section of the My KW page, and they have under associate reports a associate multi-year trend report. And every single metric that we just went over, it has those metrics for the agent plus some others. All right, so now we're
Go
going to
back.
go to awards.
How do I find this report? How do I find this one?
This one here, I'm
Yeah.
posting these on my KW Connect page. So to find me on KW Connect, you go to mykw.kw.com, log in, click on education. Then you're going to go into the search bar and search my name, Krista Ailes. Look for my uploads, and you'll see my upload. Then you want to make sure you click follow next to my profile picture, so that every time I upload these, you're going to automatically receive an email letting you know, hey, I just added something of value for you to go back and take a look at.
Great.
Perfect. All right, ready to get into awards now? Here we go.
Yes. All right.
I want to recognize the first awards I had on here is for our first listings and first closings. And all of these award slides we are going to post so that you can download them and share them with your sphere, right? We're so excited to recognize the accomplishments of all of our agents. So proud to be in business with you. So first off, brand new first listings for these agents: Christopher Toe, Daphne Powell, Jaquetta Franklin, Jay-Z Quinteros. And then first closings, we had Anum, Hadi Zadi, and Irma, who is not a new agent. This is just her first closing with us. She is an experienced agent. Super excited to have her on board. Lisa Roberts, Nita Desai, Patrick Dumar, and Sonia Chernak. So these are agents with
Awesome.
first listings and first closings.
Great
Super
job.
proud of
First
you
of
guys.
many. First of many.
That's right. That's right. It's got to start with one, right? All right. So moving on into our individual listing units awards. These are our top individuals. Robbie Yansky, Justin Duffield, and Jamie Castens all had 4 listings last month, and Alicia had 3. And so they made our top 4 listing individuals. For teams, we had the Diaz team leading the way with 9 listed units, followed by the Burgess group, Home Coach group, and the Day team. For our groups, we had the Audra O'Neill team with 15 listings last month.
Awesome.
They were followed by the BNP team and Kathy Stubbs team, which both listed 9, followed by the Kimber V team and the SIA group. Great job to all of our groups. Going on into listed volume. Here are our top listing agents for volume. Jamie Castens at 1.8 million. She beat out Chris. Oh, Chris, you just missed it by about $2,000. Jamie had 1.802 million and Chris had 1.8 million. So yeah, you just missed it by a tiny bit. Followed by Pam Shockey at 1.1 million, Justin Duffield at 1.0 million, and Alicia Ingram at 984. So
Awesome.
Congratulations to all of our listing individuals. And then for our teams, we had the Diaz team with 2.6 million in listed volume, followed by the Burgess group at 1.1, and then followed by the Home Coach group and the Day team. They're in the 900,000s, and the Marta Mohan team. These are our top listing volume teams.
Good job.
For groups, we had the Audra O'Neill team leading out. When you got 15 listings, you're going to have the volume to follow, and she certainly did. $5.2 million listed last month, followed by the Kathy Stubbs team with 3.5 million. They were closely followed by the BNP team with 3.3 million.
Awesome.
And the Kimbra V team at 1.9, and Mona Knows Homes team. So great job to all of our groups. Listings are where it's at. When they have listings, they're gonna get contracts on those listings, especially in this market.
Yep.
If they're listing them and pricing them right, they're going to get a contract on them. We're seeing so many of these homes going so quickly. You know, I had one instance where an agent had an open house scheduled. They had to cancel their open house because they had 4 different offers on the house already. And so it's just the way it's going today. Moving on into our closed units. We have a lot of top individuals, and the reason I had to list so many individuals is because we had a tie, a 5-way tie for 5th place. And anyways, Jen Gowans closed 9.
Awesome, Jen.
Sahar closed 7. Robbie, he closed 6 along with Yuman Kuta. They both closed 6.
Job.
And then Nazneen, Sammy Patel, Wanda Pearson, Jamie Castens, and Lupita all closed 5 deals in the month of July. So these are all such strong numbers, and I'm so excited to share that. It's not as exciting when it's just 1 or 2, but when they're doing 3, 4, or 5 as an individual, especially if they're doing that consistently month over month, these are some big numbers.
Awesome.
Diaz team, they closed 15 in the month of July. And the Burgess group and the day team tied with 6. And the Flores team and Guevara Backman tied at 5.
Good job.
So our top 3, top 5. Top groups for closed units, the Audra O'Neill team, like I said, with the listings come the closings. She closed 22 in the month of July.
Wow.
The BNP team and Kathy Stubbs team tied with 16 each.
Awesome.
And then Kimber V team, the Butch Watterson team, and the investor group all tied with 12.
Awesome, man.
Yes, that's a fantastic month for any team. And I know that these guys were working really hard.
Mm-hmm.
For volume, we had Alicia Ingram, top individual agent for a closed volume at 1.8 million. Sahar, second place at 1.7. Sharon Parker, she's third at 1.5. Nazneen Danani at 1.4, and Jen Gowans at 1.3.
Yeah, it's interesting. A majority of these you've heard on panels and resources, and you know what they're doing. There's no secret to their strategies. We've shared it. They're getting up and they're going to work and they're doing the fundamental things that give us success. Good job.
In our teams, we have the Diaz team leading the way with adjusted closed volume of 1.7 million. The Flores team with 1.3. The Day team with over 1 million, followed by the Burgess group and the Marta Mohan team. In our groups, we have Audra O'Neill leading the way with 6.6 million in adjusted closed volume for the month of July. Kathy Stubbs team followed with 5.4, the investor group with 4 million, the BNP team with 3.4 million, and the Kimber V team with 2.8 million. Some amazing volume numbers here.
Yes.
And then this next slide I'm going to go into is a really fun one. And I'm giving a little preference because I don't think we've ever had a month with this many agents listed in this next award category. So we have a Triple Crown Award, and we didn't recognize Triple Crowns last month, but I wanted to make sure we recognize them this month. We had 16 agents close 3 or more transactions in the month of July. And this is not including leases. This is closing.
And this is an individual.
These are only individuals, right? This doesn't include any teams.
Yeah.
It's only individuals that we're recognizing. Here they are. We got Dana Adewaya, Lupita
And she was stuck overseas forever too. Good job.
I know, right? She's closing deals and she's not even in the country.
Yeah, she's back now, but there was a long time she could not get back into the country. So awesome.
We got Lupita Decal. We have Sahar El Khatib, Susan Garzinski, Jen Gowans, Sharon Parker, Elaine Hatton, Alicia Ingram, Robbie Yansky, Jamie Castens, Yuman Kutta, Sapana Patel, Wanda Pearson, Emily Shepard, Jessica Tierman, and Brandy Zemos.
Awesome.
And I have to say that Triple Crown qualifies at 3 closings in a month. A lot of these agents had more than 3 closings in a month. I mean, you saw our individual awards. Many of them had 5, 6, or more. So anyways, it was just very exciting to be able to share that. And then
Robbie, go back. Robbie, way to represent. Was it just one? We gotta look at one guy in that picture. Jeez. Here we go, Robbie.
Good job, Robbie.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will say this is a very good-looking screen right here. I must say, all these ladies make us look good. So, way to go, ladies, and good job, Robbie.
Yeah.
All right, and I did post these Capper Awards already on our KDVA Closed Facebook group, but I wanted to give them some recognition during our team meeting. So in the month of July, we had 10 Cappers. We had Angie Farish, Kathy Stubbs, the Barnetts, Elaine Hatton,
Good job, Elaine.
Jen Gowans, Sapana Patel, Sheila Cox, the Flores team, the Diaz team, Wanda Pearson. Oh, that was all 10, sorry. So yeah, so that is all the awards that I have for today. And that's a lot. And if you notice, we had a lot of people that were repeats.
Yeah.
So when they're doing a lot of business, those are the same people that are capping, the same people that are getting Triple Crowns. It's kind of like it's all related.
Well, and yet a lot of them had been on panels, and we know what they're doing, right? They're getting up there doing their lead generating they're tapping into their database.
Honestly, that is such a great representation of our culture here, right? Our culture of sharing and education and training. They don't do that everywhere, but they do that here. The people that are succeeding are more than happy to turn around and say, this is exactly what I'm doing. Who does that? We do that. Our people do that. Because we believe it makes us better.
Yep. Awesome. Well, congratulations to them. If they want their particular slide to post and share, where are they going to find it?
I'm going to get with Greg, and we're going to post it on the Facebook page. I need to get with him if we need to do it on the internal, the external. It'll change how they share it, but they'll be able to access it once we get it on the Facebook.
Yeah. And just so you know on that, the Capper one, we do not share publicly. We've been asked over the years not to share that because they have consumers that say, oh, if you're not paying anything to your brokerage, why can you give a discount? So we don't share that one publicly, just so you know, we do that internally. But the rest of them, we don't include the numbers, just your picture and success. So you can go out and share those as well.
That's right.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's take Krista. Good job, Krista. You go through that so well, and she does a great job with the notes. So let me see if I can get Greg as a co-host, and then you got something you're going to share as well. All right, Greg, go take it away.
Awesome. All right, let me share my screen.
So Keith, why don't you get this started?
Okay. Greg has created a website to help us all invite folks that have an interest in Keller Williams, to makes it easy for us. So if you're interested in growing your downline, you have a friend or someone that you notice it, and you say, hey, have you checked out Keller Williams? And they say, no, tell me about it. You can direct them to our website, which is joinkWSW.com. And it gives them great information specific to our office. I'm gonna turn it over to Greg now that he has the screen shared. Go ahead, Greg, tell everybody about it.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely something I wanted to create. And, after talking to agents and the team, we wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to take advantage of the opportunity of profit share. So you've seen that record number we had last month of 49,000 and 149,000 for the year. So I believe there's over 70 agents on this call. So this is an opportunity for all of you and, the 500 plus agents in the office to leverage this website. So I'm gonna go through the website page by page and you kind of see what's going on the website. So it's join.kwsw.com. As you scroll down, you see great information about KW. You see pictures from people in our office. You see our visions, our values. This is a photo from when we were back in the training room. During bowl.
Yesteryear.
Yeah, right. It seems a long time ago. But the office has been pushing forward. So here's some other numbers from KW International showing the total associates. This is when we were doing awards and back in February. So some great photos from that. Talk about command and some information from that. So this is just great for sharing for anybody that you may meet who may be interested in joining the KWSW family. So as you scroll up, I'm gonna go back to some of the tabs. I don't want to take too much time. So when you click our office, we have a really great video, which is an office tour. So and our leadership team goes through all the office, the different amenities. So it's a great way to easily explain what's happening in our office. We have photos of our team, so people know who does what. We have photos of our ALC. And then once again, you see some of our numbers, and we're going to continue to add more numbers to the website. But these are some great numbers to share. The total agents, of course, there's these profit share numbers. We start adding those closed volume numbers and unit numbers little by little. We have this call to action. So when someone has joined, and this is the part that makes it really easy. Someone who's interested in becoming an agent. Pretty simple. They put their name, email, phone number, whether they have a license or not. And how do they find out about us? They put referral, and then if you type other and you put your name in, someone from our leadership team will get an email alert knowing that this person was referred by you, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. All they got to do is fill out this form. So in terms of using this page, this is something you can share on social media. You can add this a link on your own KW website, so you can add this as a tab, things like that. So I'll make some videos on how to do that on command. If you want to add the link to this website on your KW website, so that way you can take advantage of profit share and help grow the office.
Awesome. You're pretty good at this, Greg.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you guys haven't noticed, an overall theme of our market center stepping up in the marketing and the material that we produce is from Greg right there. He's got it. And just so you know, him and I are going to be on a leadership call on this Friday. We'll be talking about a little bit with that as well. So we call that Chat with Leadership. It's from 4 to 5, and Greg and I will be talking about marketing. And you guys have so many tools at your disposal, and it's not that hard to use. You don't even need to create a website. Now, Greg does it. He does that pretty easy. He helped us with the KWSW 25. He's also put this together as well. But man, you guys have some great tools on marketing.
So Chad, what type of agent should be joining you for that call? New agents, experienced agents?
Anyone can join us with our Chat with Leadership. We particularly geared it for people that are jumping in and they say, hey, I don't have access to Chad or Keith or Greg. And it's just a way to tap in, and we're giving you a platform, and you show up with any question you have. And if you don't have a question, show up anyways, right? We can talk about a lot of things. This week, we're going to be talking about leadership, right? We're going to be talking about marketing and just the opportunities that this company provides, and really get some clarity on some tools that you should be using today. There's no reason in this environment that we live in Keller Williams that you don't jump in and have success, but you got to tap in, right? The way we do the Chat with Leadership is I don't necessarily can call every one of you on the roster. Right, we're just too large and we have a team, but it's the way to go. And look, I'm going to set aside an hour. Greg's going to set aside an hour. Next week, it's going to be somebody else, and you can just come in and ask us questions. You don't need to hold back.
And real quick, I'm starting a new class, Profit Camp, and it starts next Thursday, which will be the 27th, 3:30 to 4:30. Looking for a brand new group, closing out my original group this Thursday. And I took the class with MAPS. And I just started reoffering it at a cost of $79 a head. And you get to take it for free being taught in the Market Center by one of your own. So that's us leadership going to get training and bringing it back to the Market Center to share the value with our agents. So another resource, like Chad said, tap into it. We're entering the third quarter. Let's get your business up running. Have your own P&L balance sheet and use that as your guide to direct you for your business for 2021.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Good stuff.
Before we get to our vendors, could I give a plug for compliance?
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard, compliance is switching from .loop to command effective the 31st of this month. That is in roughly more than 10 days, what, 11 days? So if you need any assistance on knowing how to submit in command, Norman has daily training events that are live. He has recorded videos and he has written instructions. You can continue using .loop if you want for e-signature purposes, like to get your documents signed. You could use DocuSign for that. You can use zip forms. The part that's going into command is the actual compliance review process. When you hit the submit for review button, you won't do it in .loop anymore. As of August 31st, you'll do it in command.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's other e-signature platforms. You can use the DocuSign in command if you want to. You could use it outside if you want to as well. You can use zip forms. I think that's an easy solution to a lot that we're doing. Or you can continue to using .loop, yet the final piece, right, of compliance, we're going to do that through command. So if you submit compliance in .loop, it goes off and nobody's reviewing it. And Marilyn's team and her, it's either one or the other, and they're going all in this month. And we're here to help you. If you watch the videos and you're still struggling with it, just notify somebody and we can quickly get you up to it.
With that said, don't submit for command today. Don't submit in command today.
Yeah.
Keep doing .loop until the 30th, and on the 31st, that's the first day you put in command.
Yep. Okay. All right. And one final piece, Mega Agent Camp, right? We're not going to Austin, and yet it'll be done virtually. It is not a Zoom format, by the way. This is a whole nother first class. Keller Williams is going all in. It'll be training. You'll have breakout sessions. You can either mastermind and network based on a few things as well. That is September 15th through the 17th. It's $119. You're going to get a huge return on it. And then just think about it. Some years we got to go to Austin. You got to get a hotel room and you got to pay for registration. And this time it's going to be sitting there with you. I don't think you want to miss out on that as well. And we're going to track you down. We're going to personally invite to you. Greg put the link to it right there for the Mega Agent Camp. Take advantage of it. It's going to be a great thing. Gary's going to be leading it. I know some of the people that they've been talking through. They've done some pre-recording to make sure it comes off without a glitch. It's going to be fantastic. Yes, it's not physical, but for virtual learning, I don't know anybody else in the real estate world that's going to be doing something at a high level. Okay, if you're a MAPS coaching, also that comes provided for you as well. If you have a guest that is a licensed producing agent, and you're saying, hey, I want them to take advantage of it, let Keith or myself or Barbara know, and we'll figure out if we can cover that for them. So there's another opportunity for you. Well, easiest way to grow your profit share is to connect people to an event. All right. We ready now for the rest of our vendors? Let's Celebrity and AMCAP in, and got a different group today. You guys can hang around here. We'll have some final thoughts as well. We got a Celebrity sign. We got James with no camera on it. Okay, perfect. All right, let's start with Reliant. Go away. Go for it.
How are you, Chad?
I'm good.
Okay, my name is Yi Lin. I'm the mover concierge in your office, okay? I can help your client to set up your electricity, okay? Easy and quick. That will enhance your service, okay? And for realtor, we give you the really special low way, and plus you get 5% off, okay? And then you get referral fee for referring people for the electricity and home security, okay? And so this month we still have the contest for those new people. First time use me, if I close a sale, you get an extra $25, so that make it like $100 for a new sale, okay?
Awesome.
Okay.
I would encourage you, we do this every month. Take advantage of that. One is I do it individually for my electricity bill is high at my door. The doors sometimes get closed and not. It's saved us significant money in our household. One is, and two is your clients already need this, and just use it as a concierge service. Hey, look, you're going to contact you. We're going to set up electricity. If you want to look at anything else, I'll give you all the information. It'll make your process easier. Awesome. All right.
Thanks.
AMCAP, let's hear it. James. Can you hear us? He's looking at us like we're, does he not have his volume on? James, are you there?
Can you hear us? I think so.
All right, we'll take him. Let's go to celebrity and we'll figure out James.
Right. So we've got a lot of things going on in the next week. We're really excited. We've done a couple of things specifically for you guys. One is we've arranged to have a headshot event. We got a person who's going to come in and give new headshots for everyone, so that's exciting. We do ask that we use social distancing and come at your time. There's a time slot, so make sure you sign up for your time and you come for your time so that we can keep it moving, not get a big crowd of people. We will all be wearing masks. You know, take yours off for your mask, of course. Also, last week we had Bond Law Firm offered a probate class, and I don't know if any of you guys missed that, but if you did, we have another one happening this next week. So we have that as well. I will be teaching a class for you all called Understanding Title Commitment. That's very exciting. I don't know if you guys have come in on my class, but I'm a lot of fun. At least I think I'm a lot of fun. And then we also have Westcor that's delivering a guide to delivering first class service. So like just next week alone, we are bringing it for you guys. We just want to make sure that we're always offering you education and an opportunity for you to grow yourself and grow your business with new knowledge. I know Nikki and I have been talking. She is so amazing. She is definitely wanting to bring more and more and more to you, and she's just asking me what we can do to help you all. So we're going to get in front of you, offer some things in person. I've gotten with her, but this is just our next week's information, and we will be updating her with everything else we have planned, because like we are stacking September. It's going to be Knowledge September as far as I'm concerned. We're going to hit you up with a whole bunch of information and a whole bunch of classes. So
Okay, awesome.
Attend these
All right.
classes.
Great. James, can you hear us now?
No, we can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
I can take James. Come on,
Gino
James.
gives you one opportunity to get on. He never gives away the platform, and we can't even hear you.
You should have a sign.
Yeah, you need to write it out or something. And I don't know what's happening. I heard interest rates are still good.
Wow.
Nope. Nothing.
He's trying. That was me last week. I have to
Yeah.
admit, Zoom is sometimes finicky. That was definitely me last week.
Well, we did an ALC meeting yesterday, and for some reason the one default was video and nobody could be seen. And we switched it, but you had to get everyone off and then put them all back on. It took us like 10 to 15 minutes to really get started in it.
He'll figure it out.
Unless you know sign language, James, we'll have to get you on next
He's
week.
on. He's on.
Here.
You can hear me?
Yay! All right, go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So y'all can hear me right now?
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. All right. Whew. Man, that would be embarrassing. Okay. All right. I forgot. I'm so happy to be on. I'm just happy to see you guys. Okay. So real quick, we know rates are still historically low, guys. It's never been this inexpensive. It's cheap right now. It's still cheap. Closing expectations. This is a big one. Please, please, please talk to your lender before you set a closing date. All right, because you guys know it's such a headache to have to go back. If I can avoid you having to go back to the seller to ask for an amendment, I want to. We don't want to. I know you don't want to, but the reality is right now closing times are just that 30-day close it's a challenge right now. It is, and it's out of our control, unfortunately. So you guys have probably seen it already. Appraisals they're just taking longer. So you guys are usually the first ones. You got to please set that expectation, because then it comes back to us, and we don't want to have to do an amendment if we can avoid it at all costs. Let's see. Appraisals. Again, I already talked about that. Approval versus pre-qualification. I want to talk about this real quick because I know you guys are in multiple offer situations. I see it. It's all over the place. We have the ability to do a real approval, like not a pre-qualification, a real approval, even without an address. So this comes in handy if you're in a multiple offer situation where you're competing against someone who has a pre-qualification and your buyer has an actual approval. It's a big difference. So it's up to you guys, obviously, to bring that to the seller or listing agent, whatever the case may be. But we can do that. I try and do it for everybody if I can. It's real simple to get it in. We don't need an address. We can get them through. So a real approval versus pre-qualification, big deal. And then right now, last thing I'll say is, right now, buyers are able to afford about 10% more right now, 10% more than they could a year ago. Why? Because interest rates are so low. So for the same priced home a year ago, 10% more, it's a big deal. So I just don't want us to take it for granted, because we are riding a wave right now, and we need to get it while we can, because we know it's not going to stay this way. So,
yeah.
And don't promise interest rates to your buyers either. Don't do that. Just because your last buyer had a 750 and they got this rate, do not promise interest rates, because there is no one buyer that's the same, not one.
Yeah.
No situation is exactly the same. So try not to do that, because it just puts us in a situation where we have to explain. But rates are great. They're really, 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 really great right now. So that's all I got.
Okay, good stuff. Well, here's the final shots I'll leave you with, right? You have more resources, you have more ammunition than ever before. Go out and have the conversations, check in with people, use the resources that we have. Congratulations to our top people on an unbelievable July. We know August is shaping up. I can see September being solid as well. It's not going away, but the activities and thing you do today, it's going to show up 60 to 90 days from now. Get out and do the work. You know, there's no secret to the strategies. Join us for Mega Agent Camp, September 15th through the 17th. And then on Friday, Greg, most importantly, Greg, I'll just be his I'll just ride his coattails. We'll be on Friday from 4 to 5 with the Chat with Leadership. Join us for that as well. All your resources are available in 2 spots today. kwsw25.com. If you want screens and stuff, go to KW Connect and follow Krista. And the last piece in there, Greg put it in there as well. If you want the recruiting side, it is join.kwsw.com is a way to connect people to us as well. So keep rocking it. Thank you guys for joining us today, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.